All right, how's it going, everyone? Wanted to jump on another episode of Together Achieving Greatness. Before we get into it, like, subscribe, do all that stuff if you want. Share the video. But today we are going to jump in and talk about something that you can do to help you become an athlete for life. It's simple in the fact that you don't have to do a lot necessarily. You can do more, but it's something that you should do often, do every day, do consistently, whatever you want to call it. But it is going to help you look better, feel better, move better, can help you burn fat, help you build muscle, and just help you overall improve your health. And what is that? It is moving more. It's that simple. It's movement, moving more. Let's face it, we have become a society of lazy turds. Most people sit around all day at work. You get home, you sit around all day on the couch, watching TV, sitting on the computer, on your phone, whatever it is. We sit way too much, and we need to move more. And we'll get into some different ways to move more, some different ideas on how you can move more, how you can incorporate it in your life, because that's the most important thing, is how you can take some things that you might see in this video. Not everything will relate to you, your whatever, but find what is useful, take it, apply it to your life, because you should be moving more. More is, in this case, is better, and it doesn't just mean just sloppily do more movement. It means quality intent, and just doing a lot more of it, because like I said, we've become too sedentary, sitting around all day. I know, yes, at times you need to sit around, relax, recover, rest, get away, do things like that. But when it's become, whether you're a kid sitting in school all day, where they barely ever move, they get fed maybe a half hour once, twice a week, something stupid like that, and like one or two recesses maybe. That's not enough. Then they go home and they sit again. Or you're at your office and you just sit there 8-9 hours on your computer. You look at the clock and the day's done, and you haven't moved in 5 or 6 hours. That's not a good thing. Then you just continue that at home, and you wonder why you're overweight. You put on a few pounds around the waist, see a little flab, the number on the scale goes up, those types of things. You wonder why you have no energy to do the things you enjoy. Go play with the kids, go on vacations, go for a bike ride. You wonder why you're out of breath when you climb the stairs, or it hurts to bend over and tie your shoes, or pull up your pants. That should not be a common thing, and a lot of it is because you don't move at all. That sedentary lifestyle has become your lifestyle, and it should be the opposite way. Like I said, yes, we need to sit, we need to relax, we need to lay down, rest and recover and sleep and those things, and that's all great. But you should be moving more. And one of the simplest, easiest ways for most people, anyone who is capable of moving more, is to walk. Yes, it's that simple. It's the easiest exercise most people can do, is walking. It is a foundational movement, a pattern that one of the first things you learn. First you learn to crawl. Yes, crawling is one you should be crawling too. But as a baby you crawl, and then you learn to walk. And that is the most basic form of movement there is. People who are physically capable, you should all be walking. So some ways you can incorporate walking into your daily routine. One of my favorites is just start your morning. Excuse me. Start your day. Excuse me. That's great for content. Start your day off with a walk. Get outside right away in the morning. Not only will you be moving, but it will get you fresh air, sunlight, hopefully. I mean, if you're here in Wisconsin, we barely ever see sunlight in the winter, or it's dark half the time if you get up early. But just getting that fresh air, kind of getting that body accustomed and waking you up that way. Some other ways to incorporate more walks. Go for a walk after each meal, like a short 10-minute walk. Plan out a walk every day, and just do that. Work towards getting upwards of 10,000 steps or so a day, and gradually increase that. I don't know. The research, I guess, says that 10,000 steps is magic, that magic number, but whatever. Do more than what you're getting right now. Look at, maybe you have a phone or a watch that tracks or a step counter, and you see, 2,000 steps a day. And that's not cutting it. And walking is one of the easiest ways to get more steps. And walking is low intensity. Yes, you can make it more high intensive if you're walking up hills or you're an Olympic power walker or whatever. But walking is a simple way to add low intensity. It's going to help recover. It's going to help your joints feel good. Think about it. Like, I don't take really any days off exclusively from training anymore. I've just found that sitting around doing nothing, I feel like crap. My joints hurt, get back pain and stuff like that. Old injuries and just feel stiff. Whereas even if a day, like a Sunday where maybe my only training or exercise is just going for a walk, nice long hike or whatever, multiple walks, I feel so much better. It helps you recover, helps the joints, helps blood flow, and it's not going to take away from muscle building either. So go out and walk. That's one simple thing you can do to move more. Another one is exercise. Train, lift weights, sprint. Maybe sprinting's not your thing. Maybe you're a long distance runner. Run, crawl, hop, skip, jump, climb. All these different things, all these different movements. Yes, there's the quote unquote the foundational movement patterns that people talk about: squat, hinge, push, pull, lunge. Yes, those are things you should be doing in your training, but those are not the only movement patterns. Crawling, skipping, hopping, all these more athletic, and that's what we focus on, of being an athlete for life. Being able to do these things is power. The things you think about, I used to be able to throw and jump and run and all that stuff, but now you can't do it because you don't do it. The saying is, if you don't use it, you lose it, and that's really true for those more athletic-based movements. One thing's funny when I get like adult clients coming in, even kids, they can't crawl. Like I mentioned, crawling is something you should be doing. Whether it's a bear crawl, a Spider-Man crawl, crab walk, different forms, different things like that. Move the body in your training, your exercise, and all these different movements. Like I said, sprints, hops, skips, jumps, squatting, pushing, pulling, lunging, all these different things. Climbing is another great one. Just think of things that you did as a kid, and that's the best way to train, is train like a kid as an adult and train like a kid as a kid. Yes, incorporate lifting. You can move the body, different tempos, different speeds. So maybe on a lift you're going slow on the way down and fast on the way up or something like that. Or you're just going slow the entire way. Slow lower is one thing I've learned from DAC Performance. It's just a slow lower series. Just think about pulling your body into different ranges of motion, getting deeper ranges of motion. You think maybe you struggle with getting deep on a squat. You can only go like a quarter of the way down. Elevate your heels, get a deeper range of motion. Breathe down there, sit down there, hold it down there. Like I said, tempos, changing the pace, moving faster, moving slower, challenging your body to get into these different ranges of motion, these different movement patterns that maybe you have never done or haven't done in a long time. Maybe it's just simple mobility routine, rotating the hips, or Cossack squat, HBK squat is what I call them, side to side that way, moving the spine, bending the spine in all these different directions, moving your shoulders, taking your joints through their full ranges of motion. And if you think of a shoulder doesn't just go up and down. You need to go around, forward and back, side to side, up and down. Your neck, twist your neck around, side to side, those ways. And think of it, all your joints that move, your ankles, even just your toes and your fingers, and flexing those and moving those at different times. You can do these things when you're sitting on the couch. Write your name with your ankle, pick up a sock with your toes. There's simple things like that. It might sound goofy, but it's just ways of moving so you're not feeling so stiff and achy and sore. Taking those joints through full ranges of motion is good. So think of like I said, your ankles, your knees. Your knees aren't going to go necessarily side to side, but forward, backwards, extension, flexion, those types of things. Your hips, your back, your spine, rotate it, flex it, extend it, bend side to side. All these different movements, your arms, your shoulders, your neck. Move everything. Move all your joints. Just move. Move more. Simple things. Like I said, you don't have to have a lot of space. You don't have to have a lot of equipment to do this kind of stuff. It could be all body weight. Could have some light bands, things like that. But I mean, that's on the side of the lifting part, the training, that type of thing, the sprints, the jumps, the throws, lifting heavy, lifting fast, that type of stuff. That's awesome movement because that's going to help build muscle, and we want more muscle because more muscle is going to burn more fat. Can help you feel better. You're going to look better. You're going to move better. But again, just these simple movement. I don't know if you want to call it a movement flow day, or just mobility routine where you're just bending, twisting, and just getting in weird, goofy positions, and not becoming a stiff person, stiff movement all the time. You just can't. You got to turn your whole body to turn sideways. You can't move your neck without moving the rest of your body. Whereas people think like lifting makes you stiff. No, it doesn't. Especially if you're lifting through full ranges of motion, doing different movements. Just lifting like a power lifter or something like that will probably make you just stiff because all you're doing is squat, deadlift, and bench. You're not doing any mobility. You're not doing any stretching or any crawling or skipping or sprinting or any of these things that are going to make you move better, and feel better, and make you more mobile. And it's not just about being flexible, because flexible is not the same thing as mobility. Mobility is kind of that controlling and having strength through an entire range of motion. It's getting in a deeper squat. It's getting in a deeper lunge or a full extended push-up where you're actually feeling your pecs stretch and you're getting deeper than just going chest to the floor, or the most people that the quarter squat. Yes, there's a time and place for that, but you should be able to get a pretty good deep squat no matter your body weight. It's about finding different tools, different ways to use it, that are going to allow you to get full range of motion. And that might not come overnight. That's the thing. You do this for a long time, and that's really what's gonna help you progress and keep moving. It's about really challenging, like I said, challenging your body and challenging your mind if you really think about it. Because a lot of times what's really holding you back from being a good mover or moving more is that mind that's telling you, I can just sit on the couch all day. I can't get that low, that hurts my knees. Things like that. It's your mind holding you back from pretty much anything we do, not just movement. But use movement because it's all around us. The medicine is all around us. And I'm not talking medicine like Tylenol or prescription pills or anything like that. I'm talking about movement. Movement is medicine. It goes with nutrition, sleep. That's the medicine you really need. And it's all around us. It's just about you finding it, doing it, and using it to ultimately help you become an athlete for life, building a leaner, more athletic body that's going to help you achieve the goals you want and help you be able to do the things in life that you really want to do. Like I said, whether that's playing with the kids, maybe it's going on vacation or retiring and actually being able to do the things in retirement that you want to do, travel, do all this fun stuff. Whereas most people are retired, they're just beat up and old and just sit around and do nothing. They're stuck, and then they end up going to the nursing home or whatever it is because they didn't exercise, they didn't train, they didn't move through their younger years, and they regret it. And you don't want to end up looking back living with regret. So the best thing about movement too is it doesn't matter. You can start anywhere, anything. Start small, take on what you're capable, be realistic. You probably don't want to jump in and start sprinting 100-meter dashes, 100-meter dashes if you haven't ran in 10 years. So be realistic with where you're at. Find a coach, find someone who's going to help you put a plan together once you get going. But the best thing really, like I said, is to just start walking more. Get out, walk, move your joints, take those through a full range of motion. Because if you're like super overweight and haven't exercised in a long time, but you want to start a rigorous, intense training program, that might not be the best thing for you, honestly. I know that's probably not the right thing to say. Marketers were telling me, that's not a good thing to say. But it's the truth. You're not probably ready for it. to start moving more. Get something that you can consistently. Maybe it's you're going to do 2 10-minute walks a day. Boom, you're doing that for a while. You build on that. And then, now you move up to 3, 4 times a day. You're doing that for weeks and you're feeling good. Then it's like, I feel good. Now I want to start incorporating some more movement, some more actual training program, those types of things. Yes, training is good, but if you're not going to be consistent with it, it's not going to work. That's the big thing. I've had people pay me lots of money, but they don't show up for their training. If you don't show up, it's not going to work. You have to be consistent. You have to move well, move often, have intent with your movement, challenge yourself, push yourself, and go from there. Like I said, moving more is your medicine. Movement is medicine. Find different ways to challenge you. Find things that are exciting for you, are fun for you, because if it's more fun, you're going to stick with it longer. Yes, it shouldn't be just walking all the time, because that will get really easy, especially if you are more advanced. You need to challenge yourself. You need to push yourself. You need to do hard things. It's not about just doing simple, easy things all the time. Yes, you should be walking every day. That's a given. But you should also be challenging yourself and pushing yourself and getting uncomfortable, whether it's going at a different tempo, going slow on a lower in a squat, or getting a deeper range on a push-up, or doing an isometric hold in a split squat for 3 minutes straight, or whatever it is, or jump roping for 5 minutes, or pogo jumps for 5 minutes daily. Those types of things. There's so many different things you can do, but challenge yourself, push yourself, move more, move often, move more consistently, and just move in different ways, different ranges of motion, different speeds, and use different tools and implements to move more, whether that's weights, bands, bars, whatever it could be, cardio equipment. It could be anything. It could be just going outside. Like I said, that's the best tool. A lot of this stuff is free, so you don't need anything. But again, most people don't utilize free stuff. So invest your time, invest your money, invest your mindset and wellness and well-being, and incorporate that and build the best version of yourself and become an athlete for life by moving more, because like I said, movement is medicine. You just need to start taking that medicine. Have a great day, guys. We'll talk to you soon.